Hey guys, and welcome back to Jalen Says. And today we are with Mr. Kenyon Glover. How are you today, sir?
I am well. I am well. I am well. I'm so excited to be a part of your show, man. Thank you so much for having me on.
Well, thank you for being on with me. So you're an author, actor, producer, director, minister. You do it all, man. So what started you on this path?
Wow. Well, it all started back when I was, NBA athlete. Sports was my only thing. Sports was the only thing I loved back in the day. I mean, that's all I wanted to do was play basketball. I would have never thought I would have ended up here where I am, with all of the things that I've been able to accomplish, being an author and everything you just named, because I just thought I was going to have a long, lustrous NBA career. So that was my dream. But, God had another direction for me. So, I had to accept the calling that was on my life and go in that direction. So that's how I ended up in this path, man. I of course, my focus was sports, but as time went on, as I got older, and as I overcame different obstacles and things started happening to me, I realized there was another passion of mine, and that was to help change the lives of other people. I wanted to pour into the lives of other people, and how was I supposed to do that? Well, it all started with writing. I started writing books, and next thing you know, I started speaking, and that's how pretty much it all came about. So now I have a focus, of empowering and impacting the world, helping to be a world changer, leaving a legacy. The goal is to leave a legacy in people and not just to people. I want to leave a legacy in people. I want people to be empowered and inspired, by everything that I do.
Yes. Yes. Wow. So did you after that moment, did you realize when you wanted to empower people, you wanted to become a motivational speaker, or was it other things before that that really made you go there?
Well, I mean, what got me into motivational speaking is being an author. When I started writing and I started releasing books and I started to be on podcasts like this one right here, I started getting messages and people just hitting me up like, "Hey, I would love for you to come speak to my class. I would love for you to come speak at this conference or this workshop or whatever." So, as I began to do a lot more speaking to different, you know, environments, I started to love it. I fell in love with speaking. I love getting feedback from people that I changed their life or I impacted their life in some kind of way. So after that, after you start touching people's lives, man, it just becomes, a part of what you want to do. It just became a love of mine, a passion of mine.
So was that the reason? Well, okay, let's back up a bit. Um, so what drove you into being a NBA player and being one of the All Stars?
It all started at 7 years old. I was introduced to the game of basketball at 7 years old, and that was my mission was to be like Mike. I want to be like Mike. I started watching Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was my biggest influence during that time. You may be a little too young to know about Michael Jordan. I won't be
I
mad
know,
at
I
you.
know,
But
I know about him. I know about him.
oh, okay,
But
okay.
all of
So
them.
so Michael Jordan was my role model, was my influence. That was what made me want to play basketball. So at that age, that's all I did was study Michael Jordan every single day. I mimicked his moves. I went outside and practiced my fadeaway jump shots, and before I knew it, I became a good player, good basketball player, and that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I fell in love with the game, and I wanted to pursue, getting to the highest level, and I was able to make it. So, I could say I made it. It didn't last long. I didn't have a long, too long of a career, but I can say I made it. So I'm proud of that.
And what halted your career from extending longer?
Well, unfortunately, I had a unexpected life career ending knee injury.
Hmm.
It was devastating for me. Dealing with that injury all of a sudden at the peak of my career, and I'm like, wow, this happened to me right here in this moment. I just got here, like I just accomplished my dream, and before you know it, it was taken away from me. So I had a career-ending injury, man, that ended it all. And that was the most devastating thing that I've ever experienced at that time. I was still young at that time, so I didn't know how to handle that
How
kind of
old are you?
devastation. I was only 24 at that time when it happened. So, it was one of those moments where I just I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. It was a surreal moment for me.
Nice. Wow. So, what drove you to keep pushing after that moment?
Um, it took me a while. It took me a while to kind of get any kind of motivation. It took me a while to really want to live life again, and want to pursue anything at all. Because that was all I knew was basketball. Even though I went to college and got a college degree, I had a bachelor's degree in business administration, business management. I did want to own my own business and all of that. But at that time, I was just focused on basketball. When that was taken away from me, it was one of those things I couldn't focus on anything at the moment for a couple of years. And I got into modeling. I got into acting, and that kind of got me right back on track. I fell in love with that. Basketball was kind of getting pushed in the back burner. It was getting pushed in the back of my mind of what happened, and with the injury and all of that. But after I started really to get out there, and I started getting recognition, and I started making a lot of money doing modeling and acting, money changes a lot of things. So, it kind of helped me shift my focus. It helped me shift my focus and be back focused on life again, fall in love with life again and living again. So that's kind of what steered me in the right direction. Just modeling, acting, and I found myself believing in myself once again. So that was a life changing moment for me.
So, what got you, like, who or what got you into this acting world?
You know what? I went to a acting class with a friend of mine. He was an actor, so I was just tagging along, and I was sitting in the back seat because I was watching him do his thing. I was not trying to be a part of the whole thing. So they were happened to be short students that night, acting students, and the acting coach asked me to participate. I was like, okay, whatever, fine. So I participated, and I was like, hey, this is kind of cool. I like this. So I decided to sign up for the acting class, and I started taking it. And the next thing I know, I became better and better at it, and I fell in love with it. So I was like, okay, I think I want to pursue this as a career. So I started taking it more serious, and I started going out on auditions. And the first audition I went to, I booked the lead role in a film. So at that moment, I was like, okay, I think I may be on to something. This may be my career right here. So from that moment on, hey, it's been a blessing, man. It's been a blessing. I've been doing it ever since.
Wow, that's incredible. So, what was that movie or series called?
It was a film called The Chip Factor. I remember like it was yesterday. It was called The Chip Factor. So the story was they were implanting chips in people's minds and kind of altering their personalities and things like this. It's like mind control.
Wow.
So it was called The Chip Factor. So I was like the lead character, and I had the chip placed in my brain, and I was like a robot kind of type person, and it was an interesting movie. Interesting movie. It was one of those low budget films, but I was proud of that moment. Like I said, my first audition, first first audition, lead role. So I was happy. I was happy. It turned out to be pretty good though.
Wow, that's good. That's And then off of that, how did that help you ricochet into other acting jobs or any other things, considering modeling and other sorts?
Absolutely. You know what? That gave me confidence. That gave me confidence to see, okay, maybe I can do this as a career. Maybe this is something that I can pursue full time. And I moved out to Los Angeles, where Hollywood. I was living in Atlanta at that time, so they was like, "Yo, you got to go to LA if you want trying to make it big." So I think a month later, I was like, "Okay, well, deuces." I headed to LA, headed to Hollywood, and next thing I know, I think probably about a year later, I booked Young and the Restless. Young and the Restless, one of the biggest soap operas there
Yeah,
is. I
my
think
mom
they
watched
maybe.
that all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was on Young and the Restless, and that was my first major gig in Hollywood when I got to LA, and I was on there for a while. So after that, man, everything just kind of was a ripple effect. I started getting more opportunities, and it's like once somebody see you in something big, it's like, you kind of get noticed, and they know you can act, and they know you can, hold it down. So, doors start opening up, man. So I just started walking through those doors, and it's been great. Like I said, ever since I jumped in the industry in 2006, and then, it's been like I have close to 80 credits, 80 film and television credits to my name today.
Wow. Wow. And when did you start?
2006.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Man. So, did that also, how did you get into the modeling world as well? Because acting and modeling, kind of different, but, still in the same kind of field.
It's definitely totally different. How I got into modeling was my NBA agent, well, my basketball agent, was contacted by a modeling agent. They was like, "Yo, we would love to get Mr. Glover in for a test shoot, to possibly model for this. I think it was some kind of campaign they was having." And I was like, "All right, cool." So they showed me the pay. I was like, "Oh yeah, count me in, whatever you need." So I went to do the test shoot, and it turned out very well. And when they put it out there, they got so much good positive feedback, and that's how I got into the modeling world. And after that, they was like, we would like to sign you to a contract, for us to represent you. And they started representing me. They started pushing me out. I was getting work. I was getting booked for different campaigns and major brands, modeling all over the world for major brands. So that's what got me to the modeling world. And I may be a little older right now, but I'm still in the game a little bit. I still get a little opportunities here and there.
Yeah, I see your fitness videos on Facebook. Yeah, keep it
Yeah, I
on the
keep
go.
fit. I got to stay fit. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So wow. And you, well, you act, you model, you motivate, you also minister. So what got you into that world as well? Because now you're motivating and ministering, which is both kind of uplifting people and teaching people. So did that kind of connect you in the same way that your friend did to acting, or something else?
You know what? Um, I wanted to minister because I believe in my heart for the longest time that I was being called to minister. I was being called by God to go out and be a representative for Him. But I was rejecting the call. I didn't want to be a part of it really, um, until I attempted suicide a few years ago, and God saved my life. God saved my life. I was supposed to be gone. I was supposed to be gone, dead.
Well,
But
God said no.
God said no. God intervened and saved my life. And from that moment on, I said, you know what, Lord, I'll dedicate the rest of my life to serve you. And
Yes.
I answered the call. Once that happened, I was like, whatever you need, Lord, I'm yours. I want to be a kingdom representative. I want to represent you in everything that I do. So that's what pretty much got me into ministry. And I got ordained 2 years ago. I've been ordained, no, a year and a half ago. So I've been ordained for almost a year and a half now. So that's something I take very serious, man. I incorporate that, of course, into my motivational speaking. But all in all, I want to create a global ministry. I want to launch a global ministry that can go global and empower the world, through the word of God, using the word of God any way I can. I'm trying to be a vessel for Christ to be able to use to be a light in this world. Because we're in a world of darkness right now, man. We're in a sunken place. Everybody is so hopeless and broken and lost. So I'm hoping I could be used by God to go out and lead people out of that dark place. So that's my mission, man.
Wow. And is that why you started your own ministry?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I want to impact millions of lives. I want to be a world changer. Like I said, I want to be a kingdom representative, representing the King, King Lord, King Jesus. So that's what the rest of my life is all about. Being used by God in every which way I can, being able to pour into people's lives, man. Like I said, I deal with so many people that are lost and broken almost on a daily basis. People message me, people text me, almost on a daily basis. Like, man, can you pray for me? Man, can you just speak some words of encouragement to me? Whatever you can do, and that's what I'm here for, man. Sometimes I'm I feel broken myself, but sometimes I feel like pouring into other people, it helps me to get through my own struggles. You know what I'm saying? So as I pour into people, as I empower other people, I'm empowering myself. I'm lifting myself up because being able to help other people is what life is all about, man. We should always try to lift up other people. God says to love each other as ourselves. So we need to love each other. And that's what I try to do. I try to be a person of love.
Yes. And did Faithful and Focus encourage you, well, to make your books under the same title?
You know what? Faithful and focus was given to me by God. I didn't, the time I tried to commit suicide a few years ago, after he brought me through that, I just heard the words so clearly come to me, faithful and focused. It just came out of nowhere, and I didn't know what that meant at that time. But God showed me what that meant, after a while, and he was like, I want you to encourage people to be faithful because he's faithful. To be faithful into be faithful about the person that you are, that God has called you to be, and be focused on utilizing the gifts that God has given you to use. A lot of time a lot of people don't realize or discover their gifts. God has given each and every one of us a gift to share with the world. A lot of us don't discover those gifts. We hold those gifts in because we sometimes are scared. We're scared to discover that we have incredible gifts to be able to offer the world. And once we discover them, we don't want to use them to share with the world. So I'm not trying to hold my gifts in. I want to share it with the world. So that's how Faithful and Focus came about. So I'm faithful to God because he's faithful to me. And I'm focused on utilizing every gift that he's given me to enhance and share with the world and empower the world. So that's how Faithful and Focus came about.
Yes. And what is each book about? Like, is it motivation, life journey?
All of that. All of that. It's about encouragement, motivation, inspiration. I speak a little bit about my journey of battling depression, mental health, suicide, and all of that kind of stuff, and how God brought me through it. So it's meant to be one of those books that can help change your life, help change your mindset, your mentality. So that's pretty much everything I do. From here on out, I wanted to be able to speak into people. I want the films that I make to be able to leave a message that will speak to you. When you read my books, I want you to be changed forever. So that's like I said, that's my mission. That's the Faithful and Focused mission.
Yes. Wow. Wow. And you could buy all three of your books on Amazon?
Yes, yes, all on Amazon. And probably, pretty much, if you probably go to Amazon and search my name, Kenyon Glover, everything will come up that I've done so far.
Yes. Wow. Wow. And also, you have a movie on Amazon called Cheaper. Sorry, I written it down. Cheaper to
Cheaper
Keeper.
to keeper, cheaper to keeper.
You know what I'm going to be watching right after this interview?
Yeah, yeah, it's a movie on Amazon Prime, Cheaper to Keeper. So cheaper, the number two keeper. So yes, it's been on Amazon a couple of years now. I'm so proud of that because we was able to get it to Amazon, and a lot of people don't expect the twist and the plots that happen, especially the ending. The ending throws everybody off. Nobody's expecting the way to end it like that. So yeah, please go check it out, man. You like it. You like it. It'll have you cracking up for real.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. And out of all your movies and series you've been in, what was like the most exciting or like most, I guess, feeling place that you've been, like most feeling set you've been?
Oh man, that's a hard one, man. I got almost 80 credits, man. You gonna put me on the man. Let me see. Um, wow. Oh man. You want me to narrow it down to one?
Three.
Three. Okay.
Okay.
Three. You know what? I'll probably say Keeper the Keeper. It's number three. Um, Wow, let's see. I don't know if you. I was on a TV series called Born Again Virgin a few years back. A few years back. Born Again Virgin. It was a TV series on TV1. Um, and first, that'll be second. And first, I would probably say, wow. I would say Young and the Restless. I would say Young and the Restless because on that kind of platform, they challenged you like you only get a chance to shoot one or two takes. So you better be on point. You better know your lines. You better be in character. You better already be in your emotions. Whatever emotional mindset you need to be in for that scene, you better be there because they're not going to waste time shooting take after take. It's one or two takes, they move it on. So it challenged me to get in my emotions, my character, like seriously. So that was a life lesson for me when I got into acting. So I would probably say Young and the Restless first, and then yeah, Born Again Virgin second, Cheaper to Keep a third. I can't remember. I can't remember all the 80 movies and films I've been in. So it's been so many. It's crazy.
Wow, that's a blessing.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. And with all the other things you do, you also own a water company, which is wow, and it's called M Imbue, right?
Imbue. Yeah, I don't own it. I don't own it. I'm actually the brand ambassador and spokesman for it. This good friend of mine, Dr. Clark, out of Atlanta, she owns it. And I'm just the spokesman and brand ambassador for it. It's called Imbue Water. So it's available at Walmart, walmart.com, not Walmart the stores yet, but we're trying to get them into the stores, but you can actually order them from walmart.com website. So it's called Imbue, Imbue, Imbue Water. So it's Imbue alkaline water. It's like, man, it's delicious, delicious, pure water. So you're gonna love it. You could definitely, you know what? I was a person that can never tell a difference in different waters. Like I'm like, they all taste the same. But
It's just
um,
tap, basically. I don't
right.
get it, but when you tried that water,
Yeah, when I tried this, I could tell a difference. I was like, this is it tastes pure, it tastes clean, it tastes different than any other waters I had. So I'm not just saying that because I'm the brand ambassador, but I'm dead serious. Like,
yes,
definitely try it. Definitely go
yes.
check it out.
The link is in the chat for it, so definitely go check it out. And also, I'm putting the link for his books that you should definitely go buy in the chat as well, because I mean, he's here. He's a motivational speaker. You're basically a jack of all trades. Wow.
Yeah, jack of all trades and the master of all.
Yes. Yes.
I know some people say
Yes.
master of none. No, I'm the master of all. I master all
Oh,
my trades.
yes. Yes. And with one of your traits, you're also producing a documentary this year.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what it's going to be about, or is it still redacted, or like still a secret?
Um, yeah, I can speak on it a little bit. So the documentary, I've been working on this documentary for a couple of years now as far as development. Part of we haven't started filming it yet, but as far as the development and getting the story together, it's basically focused on mental health and depression. I feel like that topic is not discussed enough, and when people do discuss it, it's just like a brief moment and that's it. They brush it under the rug. But this is a serious topic. This is a serious discussion that needs to be discussed, and I want to bring it to the light. I want to bring it to the forefront because I dealt with it personally for over 15 years, and people used to think I was crazy and weird because I was suffering from mental health and depression, and I got committed to a psychiatric hospital for a while and all of that because I tried to commit suicide a couple of occasions, but it's to the point now. I want to bring this to the light. I want to touch on this. I want to go in depth to educate people of how serious mental health and depression is. Like, this is nothing to play with. This is nothing to joke about. This is nothing that you could just brush under the rug and people say, oh, go sleep it off or whatever. This is serious. I've dealt with it for over 15 years. I know how it is to be in that sunken, dark place where you don't see nowhere out. You don't see no light at the end of the tunnel. So I know how people are suffering. I know people are going through mental health and in that darkness where they feel like they can't get out. And I want my documentary to touch on that and educate people, to let people know how serious this is. And hopefully it will be something that will keep the discussions going and keep the discussion more serious. So when I put it out, it's going to be life changing for a lot of people that may have dealt with it or may be dealing with it right now. So that's the whole goal.
Wow, that's really powerful. And how hard was it to for you to like come out and speak out about this to your friends, family, relatives, all of that?
You know what? It was it was very hard because I didn't want to be looked at as being weak. I didn't want to be looked at as being, some soft dude or being vulnerable or judged. Um, so, because that's how our society is built. That's the mindset of our society. Sadly, that's the way people think. People think because you may go through depression or you suffering from mental health that you're a weak dude or you're a weak woman or you're a weak person or whatever, you're a weak kid, whatever the case may be. Everybody is suffering somehow. A lot of people go through mental health and depression and don't even realize it, or they may not want to admit it because they don't want to be judged. They don't want to be called weak or soft or whatever. Um, so I take this serious, man. And I love talking about this. I'm passionate about this. As you could probably hear in my voice, I'm passionate about this topic, this subject, because I speak on it so much. So many people are going through it and suffering in silence, man. And that's what I don't like. People are suffering in silence. And that's why the suicide rate continues to go up because of that, because of people are not taking it serious.
Yes. Do you have any other plans in the future to put that message out about sharing what you're going through and coming out to people about what's happening?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I share it every day now. Every time I get called to speak at wherever I'm called to speak at schools or conferences or workshops or wherever, that's mostly the topic that I speak on because I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for mental health. I'm an advocate for depression. I'm an advocate for those people who don't want to speak up. And once people hear my story, once they hear me speak, then they're more comfortable to come out themselves and speak about their own problems. So I give people that confidence to come out and speak about it, talk about it. Sometimes that will help you get through whatever you're going through. That'll help you come out of that dark place if you just speak about it, especially to people who are not going to judge you, people who are not going to belittle you or put you down. So I give people that platform and that confidence to be able to speak about it just by hearing my story and how passionate and serious I am about telling my story.
Yes. Wow. And I also heard you're releasing an app. Is that going to have anything to do with your motivational speaking, or is it going with your ministry?
It's kind of all combined. My fitness beats depression app will be launched probably sometime this summer. I'm hoping, and that will be, yeah, it would be a combination of my ministry, fitness, motivational speaking, empowering people through mental health, of course, and depression because that's the main focus. That's why it's called Fitness Beats Depression. Because as you stated earlier, you see me my videos and I'm staying fit. you know, Fitness is something that has helped me cope and deal with depression and mental health, and one of the things that helped me come out of it. And I've been able to maintain, being fit and staying in shape. Um, and I want to be able to impact other people, the same way. So as people are going onto the app, I will be doing motivational speeches and giving fitness tips and nutrition tips and how I stay fit and healthy and eating right and things like that. That it kind of incorporates, just living a healthier lifestyle, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So that will be the main goal of the app.
Yes. Wow. Have you done fitness training before with other people? Like to train people to get stronger mentally and well physically as well?
I have, yeah, I have. I used to be a personal trainer, except I got so overwhelmed with so many people wanting to train with me. I just kind of like stopped doing it because I was a little overwhelmed with so many people training. I was training like all day, every day, nonstop. So I think I got burnt out as far as training one-on-one people. And I used to do, boot camps and stuff like that, train groups of people. But I think I just got burnt out doing it. So
I
I
mean,
would rather do it this way through an app, than really personal one on one.
what times were you doing the personal one-on-one?
Literally all day,
Wow.
from what 5 6 in the morning to 8 9 at night. So literally all day.
Wow, that's impressive.
Now you see why I got burnt out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get into the fitness. I'm trying to get involved in all of that, but that's a lot of hours.
Right, exactly. So
Wow.
you can imagine my body was like broken down at the end of the day. I could barely walk at the end of the day. I was so tired.
Wow. Did you give yourself like break days in between, or was it like all day every day?
It was literally all day, every day. I think I may have gotten one day off, and that was a Sunday. I take Sundays off during the week, and that was it. I had to give myself a little recovery time, but even that I don't think was enough.
Wow. Do you take hot showers or cold showers? Because I know a lot of people in like the fitness area really like taking cold showers, and
Nah, I can't do the cold thing. I can't do the cold. I don't like cold weather. I don't like cold water. So I definitely can't take cold showers. It's always hot. Always hot.
yeah. And I also heard you're a philanthropist as well. And what type of work do you do within that?
I work with a lot of kids. I mentor a lot of kids, man, all over the world. I mentor a lot of kids. I mean, I got kids probably in multiple different states that I'm a role model for. We constantly talk. I constantly reach out to them, make sure they're okay, checking in on them. If anything they need, I'll fly out, and if I have to go be with them in person, I'll fly out just to go be with them.
Wow.
A lot of these kids, they may be suffering from mental health and depression, or going through different things, or may not have a father figure in their life. So I try to be that role model for them. I try to be that person that they can look up to, and trust in and lean on for anything that they need. So I do a lot of philanthropy work in that. I do a lot of, feed the homeless type of events. I don't like to publicize that kind of stuff, because I don't like to, how people like to put that kind of stuff on social media. Oh, I'm feeding the homeless. I'm doing this and that. I don't like
Yes.
to put that out there. I like to keep that kind of under wraps. Because I don't want to exploit people, or exploit, homeless, or the kids I mentor, or whatever. I'm not trying to do that. I try to, just be real low key about that kind of stuff. I do a lot of that. What else? I participate in a lot of different community events. Whatever the community needs, as far as giving back to the communities, I try to participate in whatever I can, whatever I can. So whatever philanthropy work I can do, I'm out there, man, getting involved in the communities any way I can get involved.
Wow, that's really, really cool. So, what location are you based in at the moment to do all this?
I'm in D Town, Dallas, Texas. Dallas,
Ah,
Texas.
I really want to go there someday.
Yeah, you should, man. You should. If you ever come, man, we definitely got to link up. I'll take you to lunch. I'll take you around, show you around. Yeah. Heck, I haven't even been around myself, but hey, we can explore Dallas together, man. If you're ever in town, let me know.
Yeah,
I
I see
got
why
you.
you don't like the cold.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. That and I is the gas prices so bad there too, though?
Gas prices pretty decent. They what, $3 now, $3 a gallon for unleaded. So it's pretty decent.
Yeah,
Hopefully it'll keep dropping. Hoping
yeah,
it'll drop to $2.
yeah, yeah. I
By the
like
summer,
that though.
hoping.
Now the eggs are like $10 for like an 18 pack.
Right. So, man, I just want to say, man, I love that jacket, bro. Like, that
Oh, thank
jacket
you,
is hot. That jacket
thank
is
you,
dope, man.
thank you.
Too bad I can't fit it, man. If I was your size, I'd be like, yo, you got to go ahead and send me that jacket, man. I'll give you a little something for it, man. Let me. That
I mean,
jacket is
you're
hot.
just really buff, so I mean, you might just hulk out of it as soon as you try to like flex or something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm a bust out of that. I'm a bust out of that. How tall are you? You probably were about what, five? What?
I'm
10,
5'7".
5'7"? Oh, oh yeah, yeah. I'm busting. I probably couldn't even fit my hand in that.
Hopefully someday I'll be just like you.
Oh man, you're gonna be better than me, man. You're gonna be a lot better than me. Trust me.
Thank you. Thank you. So, what is your favorite thing about going out and motivating people besides the fact that you're, well, saving lives? Do you like meeting up or just traveling to new places?
Um, you know what? The most satisfying thing about everything that I do, it just comes down to when people say, "Hey, you changed my life."
Wow.
Whatever you said, it changed my life forever. Um, I was thinking about because I remember I spoke at this school. I think it was a couple years ago, and this girl contacted me via Instagram, and she was like 16, 15, 17, whatever. And
Wow.
she said, I was thinking about committing suicide tomorrow. But she said, after I heard your story, I no longer want to take my life. I'm inspired. I'm motivated. I'm encouraged. I want to live my life. I want to be happy. I'm so glad I listened to your speech. It changed me. It saved me. So when
Yeah.
I heard that, when she messaged me personally and told me that, man, that is the most satisfying thing that could ever happen to anybody. And I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional right now thinking about it. So that told me, okay, this is my gift. This is my purpose right here, is to go out and make a difference, to go out and make an impact in other people's lives and save other people's lives, because people are suffering, man. And it hurts me that so many people suffer, especially kids under 18 are suffering, and people not know it, and they're not telling nobody, they're not sharing because they may be being bullied at school, or they may be going through whatever they're going through. They don't want to share. They're committing suicide or whatever. So, but other than that, man, I love to travel. I love to travel, and of course, being able to experience different cities and meeting so many amazing people, man. Meet some amazing, amazing people. Um, I'm not really a, like a person that gets what do you call it, starstruck. I don't really care about meeting celebrities. That's not my thing. I could care less who you are. I could meet a celebrity and be like, oh, okay, whatever, nice to meet you, all right, whatever. I'm not impressed with celebrities, because I'm focused on my own mission.
Yeah.
But just meeting so many different people that's also trying to impact the world and inspire the world, man. And it's just an amazing thing to me, and that's what I like most about what I do.
Yes. Wow. Wow. So you're also a producer and director, which I talked about earlier, but do you make movies besides documentaries about the things you went through?
Um, this will be the first documentary I make. I don't know if it'll be the first and the last. I don't know. We'll see how this one goes after it's released. I may make more. Depends on if it does well. I may make another one. I don't know what it would be about. But I'm just making this documentary because this is something I'm passionate about. Because I wanted to make sure that this discussion, this topic, gets told the right way. But other than that, man, I love movies. I love movies. I'm an action freak. Everything I make, it's going to be action, martial artists. I'm a martial artist as well, so everything I do is going to be martial arts involved. So I love making action movies, thrillers. So that's pretty much my main focus as far as genres go when I make movies. I'm not a drama comedy person, so everything I do is probably going to be action packed. Action packed.
Nice. Wow. So, do you have any, like, how many scripts do you have for things that you haven't released, or scripts that you based off your, like, some parts of your normal life, if even if it's like not around depression or anything like that, like ministering or basketball or modeling or anything like that?
How many scripts I have right now? I have about, wow, I think I have about 5 or 6 scripts right now that we are working on getting produced. I know two or three of the projects will be getting done this year, and probably the rest next year. So Yeah, I have about 5 scripts right now that I'm sitting on that we're kind of still in development stages.
Wow, wow, that's pretty cool. After acting, did you realize you also wanted to not just star it, you wanted to make it, or was it something that also like how God told you to start ministering? Was it also God that told you to start directing and producing and other things?
No, actually, you know what? How I got behind the scenes was when I wasn't when I wasn't acting in front of the camera, like when I got booked for projects, I would be behind the camera when my scene wasn't up. I would be behind the camera watching other actors, but I would be so focused on how everything was getting done. I was focusing on, the camera work and the lighting and how this was getting done and how they was doing this behind the scenes. And I started to like it. I started to like what was going on behind the scenes. And I was like, you know what? I want to try working behind the scenes. So I started learning from other people, and people were sharing their knowledge with me and how this works and how that works. And I was like, you know what? I think I want to direct and produce, and that's how I started. Just wanted to learn more, other than just being in front of the camera saying lines. I wanted to know what was going on behind the scenes. I wanted to learn everything I wanted to learn everything there is to know about filmmaking as an entirety. So that's how I, got behind the scenes. Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you are. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Well, was your first script special to you compared to all the other scripts that you made, or do they all feel the same?
Every script is different. Every script is different. I think, like every other actor, you want your character to have a different background. You want your character to have different emotions. You want your character to have a different essence, a different feel. You don't want to play the same type of character. I know you see a lot of movies where, oh, he's playing the same dude. It's like he's playing the same character, whatever. I don't want that either. I want to be able to show the world that I have range. I could be versatile, with my different acting abilities and different emotions and things like that. So yeah, everything I do, I want it to have a different kind of vibe, a whole different feel. So that's pretty much every script I have has a whole totally different storyline, story concept. Like, the characters are totally different. My character is totally different than any other character I've ever played before.
Wow. So, can we rewind a little bit and go back to your life as a child to really tone in on what your life was like growing up?
Oh man, life in Monroe, Louisiana. Born and raised Monroe, Louisiana, a little country town in Monroe, Louisiana. So I'm a country boy. Um, it was, you know what? My childhood was good, man. I had a very hardworking mom, hardworking stepfather, very, very strict, very strict. I got my butt whooped. Yeah, I was one of those kids that got my butt spanked every chance I got. Every time I acted up, I got my butt whooped. But I'm so glad that I was disciplined. I'm so glad I was disciplined. That's kind of what's wrong with the world today. There's not enough discipline in the household, but I don't want to get into that. But yeah, very strict household, man. I had two stepbrothers, no, three stepbrothers and a sister. My stepdad had kids. He brought kids in with his family. So me growing up with my mom and stepdad was a good life. I have no complaints. They provided for me. They did everything they could for me. I got everything that I needed. I didn't get everything I wanted, of course, but I got everything I needed. Hey, I had a roof over my head, clothes on my back.
Yes.
Everybody supported me as far as my dreams. I had, hoop dreams of going to the NBA. They supported me. They pushed me. They elevated me. They challenged me. And that's why I was able to make it as far as I did. That's why I'm still here doing what I do, because of the kind of parents that I had. I had a mom and a stepdad and a father that cared and loved me so much that they wanted the best for me. And that's why I'm the kind of person I am today, because of them. So my childhood was great, man. I have no complaints about it at all.
Yes. Wow. Wow. With the NBA, is your favorite team the same favorite team you had back then?
I was a Bulls fan all the way. Michael Jordan up until he retired. I was a Bulls fan until he left the game. After the Bulls, after he left, you know what? I haven't really had a favorite team ever since he left. I just like I just watch whatever. I really don't even watch basketball anymore because it's gotten so soft and so watered down, and these players they flopping all over the place, and it's like, come on, man, like stop all this. Like I can't even watch it. I can't stand to watch it now. So matter of fact, I don't think I've watched basketball in so long. I can't remember half the players that's in the NBA. I hear about them, but I don't really support it or watch it.
Are you interested in any other sports now, or is your main focus of entertainment switched?
Oh yeah, I watch boxing and UFC. I'm a boxing UFC fan. I love boxing. I love UFC. Because I grew up as a fighter. My stepdad was a martial artist, and he taught us how to fight. So I've always been a fight fan, boxing and UFC. So mixed martial arts. So that's pretty much all I watch. Big fan, big fan.
Yes. Nice. 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 Have you ever thought of any other sports when you were a child?
Oh yeah, I was a heck of a baseball player. Heck of a baseball player. Matter of fact, I could have went pro in baseball as well. I was that good. I was that good. But I didn't have the love for baseball as I did for basketball. So that's why I chose basketball over baseball. Baseball was kind of like an extracurricular activity for me, but I just happened to be good at it.
Yeah.
I think matter of fact, I think I excelled at everything I did. I mean, not to brag, but I was just one of those kids that excelled in everything I put my mind to.
Yes.
Martial arts, of course. I was forced into martial arts because of my stepdad, but I fell in love with that too. Boxing and kickboxing and all of that. So those were the main sports that I participated in coming up. Boxing, kickboxing, martial arts, baseball, and basketball. I didn't do football. Football is not my thing. I couldn't do the tackling thing. That's just not me. I didn't like to be tackled.
Mm. Were you ever into like the Super Bowl or anything like that?
Um, no, never was. I take that back. I take that back. I was a big fan of New England Patriots. Big fan of New England Patriots. I was a Patriots fan for a while. Tom Brady and all of that whole crew. So whenever they went to the Super Bowl, that I did watch the Super Bowl. I think that was the only time I watched the Super Bowl was when New England Patriots went because I was a big fan of those. So other than that, yeah, I haven't watched it. I don't think I watched it since. I mean, I think I watched like highlights, but not like a whole game.
Right. Well, now besides entertainment, what do you normally do as a hobby besides working out and other?
I read a lot. I read a lot. I like to go take long walks. Like I go to the mall and just walk. I don't go into any stores at all. I just walk around the mall. I just love to take long walks. I may go to the park and just walk around, or I'd sit down and read somewhere in a quiet spot. Um, what else I like to do? Wow, other than work out, I like to go bowling. I'm a bowler. I'm not good at it, but I try. I try to get my little game up. I think I bowl like what do I bowl? Maybe like a 200 or something like that. I don't think that's too bad. I like to go shoot pool. I like to go listen to some jazz music and just chill and, maybe sip on a little Moscato wine, just relax a little bit. But other than that, that's pretty much it, man. And sleep every chance I get. I don't sleep much, but when I get a chance to, I like to just sleep.
Relax.
Relax, right, because I'm doing so much. So when I get a chance to just lay down and be still for a minute, I like to get my little sleep in.
So, what books do you normally like to read?
The Bible, of course, that's first on the list. Any other books that's that's faith based? That's pretty much all I read is faith based books. Books by T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, Pastor Tony Evans, um, Joyce Meyer. Um, Pretty much that's it. Books from those authors.
Yes. What is your all-time favorite book?
All time favorite book. Wow. The Bible. Nothing tops the Bible, man. You know, nothing tops the Bible. That's my all time favorite book. So, you know, the Bible has what saved my life. You know, the Word of God has saved my life. So, the Bible will always be at the top list. Always.
Yes. And for you being an author, you also gained a lot of awards. So, can you tell us about each of them?
Oh my goodness. I have won about 5 or 6 awards. I won I think two awards for books. I won an award for acting, Best Actor Award. I won an award for Best Fashion Producer Award, and the Most Relevant Award. I was, you know, because I'm always relevant for some reason. So I guess this person that runs this social media um, like awards kind of thing. He awarded me for most relevant. So I got this real nice little award he sent me. But just being the most relevant on social media, you know, people like to retweet and repost all my messages, and people are so inspired, and people are always commenting and sharing and all this kind of stuff. So I've been fortunate, man. Not that I look for awards, I don't look for accolades and things like that. But hey, it's great to receive those. I'm very grateful and appreciative.
Yes, yes, yes. All came from God.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Miss Karen Livingston has asked, do you have a favorite writer?
Oh man, that's a good question right there. Favorite writer, favorite writer, favorite writer. Um, wow, you know what? I don't think I have a favorite writer, to be honest. Not a favorite.
Do you
You
have
know,
a top three favorite writers or anything like that? Like, if a book comes out from them, you're like, I gotta get this one.
um, I like Pastor Tony Evans. His writing, his writing. If I had to put somebody first, I would probably say Pastor Tony Evans. He's a pastor out of here exactly. Here, as a matter of fact, Dallas, Texas. So he's a very, very impactful writer. Very impactful writer.
Yes. Do you have a favorite actor?
Actor Denzel Washington. Denzel's at the top of the list. I can answer that one quick.
Yes.
I don't need to think about that one. Denzel's my favorite all time actor.
Yes. What's your favorite movie?
Um, wow, favorite movie. I would say it's a movie called Heat. So it stars Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. It's it's an old movie back in I think 1990s or something like that. It's called Heat. It's one of the best acting movies. Two power actors going at it. So I think that's probably one of my all-time favorites.
Yes. And what is your most favorite like well, not celebrity, but like most favorite person that really motivates you to keep going besides God?
Um, wow. Um, man, you coming tough with the questions, huh? Let's see. Most motivating person. Um, wow. If I had to answer that, I would say I'm motivated a lot by looking at, um, I would say probably Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
Mhm.
I watch a lot of his training videos, his workout videos.
Yes.
So he keeps me inspired. He keeps me motivated, like to go work out, to keep it going, to stay consistent. So I would
Yes.
say he motivates me a lot.
Wow. Did you see the series he has about his life?
Uh, Dwayne Johnson?
Yes.
Oh no, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. 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 Well. Yeah. He's a really cool guy to inspire. Well, to be inspired by.
Yeah, what's the series called again? I forgot.
Called Young Rock.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Yes. But well, we actually do have a guest that we want you to talk to before the time is up, and that guest is Miss Bonnie Chambers. So come on up.
What up?
Hello, Kenyon. How are you?
I am blessed. I am blessed. I'm highly favored. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm super alidocious right now. I am good because you know what? I'm so good. I
Wow.
just drank 6 bottles of your water.
Whoa, how many
Six.
bottles?
6 in total.
6 bottles?
That's how
That's
good it is.
that's what I'm talking about. So you already ready. You already ready to order a whole nother case then, right?
I told you by tomorrow, I'm buying me another case.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So you need to let the people know, let the viewers know how good that water is.
Man, it's soft. You, man, the tasting, man, it's gorgeous. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's loving it. It's awesome. You all need to go get it. If you all don't get it, something's wrong. This here IBM alkaline water, you all really need to get because I mean the tasting. I already finished up 6 bottles already, and I just got it Monday.
Oh, well, you getting it in, and it's called Imbue. It's called Imbue water. I'm like, what is he? What
Imbue,
is he
guys. I'm
calling this?
sorry, my bad. Imbue water. Okay,
There
it's
you
the
go.
imbue. The imbue. I gave it a whole new name.
Whole new
Shame on
name.
me.
What water is she drinking? I don't know the name of that water.
Yes, I mean the flavor is. I mean, I never had water like this. Never. Like I done tried all kinds of alkaline water, and it also has pH in it too. So if anybody need pH alkaline water, please go to Walmart. Go to Walmart.com. You'll find it right then and there. If you all don't have the link, you can go on my page and find the link. I done drunk 6 bottles of water. That's how good it is. And I'm
So
not a
Bonnie,
water drinker.
so Bonnie, I want to thank you so much for your support. You have always been there supporting whatever I do, supporting the movement, everything that I put out. I appreciate you for being just a loyal supporter. So thank you so much.
Like I always told you, Kenyon, you know, from your book. You ain't even tell everybody where to get the book at. We didn't even talk about that.
Oh, Jalen got it covered. Jalen got it covered.
He got the covered. So they can go to Barnes and Nobles to get your book. They don't know about that.
Yeah, I haven't mentioned the Barnes and Noble. No, I haven't mentioned that yet.
Y'all gotta go. Y'all can go to Barnes and Noble to go get the book. You know, Kenya, I've been supportive from him from day one, ever since I met Kenyon on Michael Kyer Morning Show. If you all haven't seen him, you know, I even had him on my podcast. I had to get you on my podcast, and we got to do it again for round 2. So yes, I also do my podcast interviews. So you know, people don't know. Go. I'm trying to get 1K followers now. I'm trying to get this here. I've been on it for a whole year. This is my second year doing season 2 now. So we entering season 2. Thank God. I'm keep going strong, keep going in. Make sure y'all go follow my YouTube page. Make sure y'all tag me. Share it to y'all friends, your cousin, Ray, Pookie, Lucretia, all of them. Period.
Yes. Make sure to go follow Miss Bonnie. Make sure to subscribe to her. Make sure to share it. And thank you, Miss Bonnie, for coming on and talking to Mr. Kenyon.
And thank you again, Kenyon. We got to do this again. And I will see you in Dallas soon. So I'll see you. Bye.
All right, peace.
Yes. And she bought the water, so you should too. Incredible water. You should go buy it on Walmart.com. Make sure you buy the water. It's pretty good. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to watch his movie as well. But we have 2 more audience questions before I'm going to ask you about your socials, all that. And we have, is there anyone you'd like to screenwrite for or have to act for?
Uh, I'm actually trying to get into a Marvel film. I want to be a Marvel superhero so bad, you know. I'm like, yo, I got the build, I got the look. Come on, Marvel, give me an opportunity. I'm ready. I ain't got to get ready. I'm already ready. So I'm waiting for that call from Marvel. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there in the atmosphere. So yeah. I would love to be in a Marvel film, even screenwrite for Marvel.
Yes. And last audience question: can we buy the water at Amazon?
No, you cannot get the water at Amazon. It's only available Walmart.com.
Okay, only available at Walmart.com. And you are also, one more thing, I almost forgot to say this, but you're also a brand ambassador for a sunglasses company. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So it's On Time Sunwear. So my man Eddie Bell, Shante Gibson, oh man, I love them. They like my family. Go support On Time Sunwear. These sunwear glasses are the dopest I've ever worn. I promote it. I endorse it. Go check it out. Go support it. Eddie Bell, Shante Gibson, On Time Sunwear. So yeah, 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 yeah. Those my people right there. Those my peoples.
Yes. And also, before we get off, can you tell everyone where to follow you, where they could support you, and where they could find out all about you?
Yes, I'm on all social medias. Just go search Kenyon Glover on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn. I'm all over the place. Just Google me, basically. Google my name, Kenyon Glover. I'm not trying to sound cocky about that, but just Google me, Kenyon Glover. You can find all platforms up on me, on my website, kenyonglover.net. My books are on Amazon. Just go search my name in Amazon. Also, yeah. So go follow me. You know, I'm all about inspiration. I'm all about empowering people, impacting lives, changing lives. I'm all about being a world changer. So that's me, man. Just go follow me. I'll follow you back. And hey, it is what it is.
Yes. Yes, it is. Well, thank you for coming on, and thank you for the wonderful audience out there in the audience. And just thank you guys for staying tuned to all this. Thank you just for supporting me, because it really means a lot to me. And just make sure you support Kenyon. Go buy his books. Go buy the water. Go buy the sunglasses, and just really support all of them. And I really got thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Mr. Kenyon Glover, for staying and talking. And thank you guys one more. Stay tuned.